Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome, whether you're a first-time viewer or a long-time subscriber, I'm glad to have you here. Today I'm making a birthday card for a long-time friend. We've been friends since middle school. She wouldn't care what it looked like, so I used colored pencils, even though that's not a strength of mine. And it has to have cats. That's kind of a given. I'm using, right here I've just stamped a sentiment from Stampin' Up, a very old one that says, "It's your birthday and I must say you look marvelous." And then I'm arranging a clear stamp. It's from a Fisker's set, and you can see it off to the left. I got it at Joann. I don't know where else you can get it. It's not my favorite cat set ever. I'm still looking for a cat set that's better to color in and doesn't have all the shading. Right now, you'll watch me. I'm struggling with my stamp platform, and you may have figured it out. I had it on the wrong side. When you use your platform, be sure that it says the type of stamp you're using. So I had it on rubber instead of clear. So when you switch it over, it makes a big difference. This card took me about 23 minutes to make. I have some sections sped up to 3 times their speed. Like here, I'm using an ink pad that's way too old. I just really wanted this color. I didn't want to stamp my cat in black. So I sped this up for you quite a bit. It just gives you an idea that you can re-stamp on the platform over and over if you want. We couldn't do that in the age of wood block stamps, but with clear, you can do it over and over. And maybe I should have given up, or maybe I should have kept going. I don't know, but I was committed. Sometimes I just have to try something. Then I said, okay, that's fine. And I got out the Prismacolor colored pencils that I mooched from my sister and started coloring. You have to be super patient to do a great job coloring fur. If you want to learn about that, do not learn from me. That's not what this video is about. I'm just letting you craft along with me and see ideas. There's an example. I made giant strokes on the tail because I'm not patient enough. The key is to take your time, mix in a lot of colors, blend it well. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just trying to get quite a few reds and browns in because I'm using a fall paper pack. I used it in another video. I think it's from Photoplay. I think that's right. I'm coloring it in, adding a lot of reds and browns, just trying to get variety. And the pencils are pretty well worn, so some of them are short and it's hard to find the different colors. But I really like them. I am not planning to return them at any point. And then I gave the cat some green eyes just for fun. And my goal here is just to add some color to this cat and fill it in so that it doesn't look like a boring stamp. Just little details here and there, trying different colors out. This is the kind of friend that I'm not at all nervous when I send it to her. I know that I could literally take a Sharpie and write happy birthday and send it to her, and that would be fine with her. She also has no expectations whatsoever that this card will be on time. We have a very long friendship, and there's just no chance that birthday cards are on time. That's not my strength. In fact, I kind of gave up on birthday cards years ago, and I only do a couple a year. In this video, as in most of my others too, I edit it when I have to stop and get the big dog to come inside and stop torturing the neighbors or something like that. I have a tendency to have all the stuff in my hands and just wander away from the camera. So I do take that kind of stuff out too. If you wonder, sometimes there's a stutter. Now I'm stamping a sentiment on the inside. I don't usually do that because I leave room to write, but this one says on the inside, "And on my birthday, you must say I look marvelous." And her birthday is a couple of months before mine, so she's older than me for a certain part of the year, which I love. And I thought this was a great sentiment for us. And here I'm just putting the card together, and I've been using those Tombow adhesives and buying refills. I'm pretty happy with them, but if you guys have better ideas, if you've tried something out there, let me know. I do miss my Herma dots, my Herma Fix, because it was removable. And you'll see at one point that I kind of changed my mind here, and I want to take that top off because I would have liked to layer it up or maybe trim it down a little, change it. That was not an option, so I had to leave it. But other than that, I think these are my go-to adhesive at this point. I still like my art glitter glue, but I don't like to mess with it for just 2 big layers of paper. And I'm just touching up. Sometimes when you stop and look at a project, you can see where you missed it. Some people walk away and come back. Some people take photographs and look at them that way. I noticed some places where I really hadn't put any color down, and I was just trying to fix those. If you are a marker person or any kind of color, pastels would have worked, anything. In my videos, I like to show you the places where I mess up or where I had to improvise. And a lot of how I choose the layout of my cards is just based on the size of stamps I have and that sort of thing. Here, I don't know if I meant to cut it too short so that you could see more dots and it wasn't equal around the outside, but I stuck with it. You'll see me do this a lot. I lay a piece of paper over it and rub the top. That's because I've smeared so many cards over the years, and if you do it that way, you don't smear the ink. It just goes onto that other piece of paper and transfers, and you don't get ink on your hands. Okay, so I'm just looking at what it would look like, and the card base I'm using isn't white. It has a little bit of colored texture. And then the friend that this card is for, she would always add more than I do. So I had to stop and think and say, okay, this card isn't enough. So I grabbed my Clear Star Jelly Roll pen. You've seen me use that in tons of videos. Lots of people love them. And I decided to add some glitter to this cat. And I sped it up again here 3 times so you didn't just have to watch me draw on color, but I go all around the cat, accenting ears and lines of the cat just to add some more interest, because I know her and she would like glitter on her cat. She may have wanted even more glitter. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please remember that it's free, and I would love it if you subscribed. There's no cost at all. Here I'm putting it together. One thing that I'm doing is I'm going off camera because I found that I like to use the edge of my mat because it lifts the thing up and I can go around the edges. I have a different video where I show that better, but that's why you don't see me when I put it together. See, here I'm going to try and take it apart, and then I realize that's not an option. So I just use a glue pen, the Quickie glue pen, patch it back down. And then there you go, there's a finished card, and I hope you can see the sparkle a little bit. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.